Dear students, after studying this module, you shall be able to understand the basics of recording a UV visible spectrum, how to prepare a sample for recording a UV visible spectra, understand the basic features of a spectrophotometer, various types of spectrophotometers and their advantages and disadvantages. What are the basics of recording a UV visible spectrum? A common UV visible spectrophotometers record the spectra over the range of 200 to 800 nanometers. That is, in ultraviolet region, which is in the range of 200 to 400 nanometers, and in a visible region, which is from 400 to 800 nanometers. The recording of a spectra for wavelength shorter than 200 nanometers is not practicable unless special vacuum techniques are used, as atmospheric oxygen strongly absorbs the radiations less than 200 nanometers. The UV visible spectrum is almost always recorded on a wavelength scale in nanometers. Preparation of a sample for recording a UV visible spectra. For recording a UV visible spectrum, the compound, whether solid or liquid, is dissolved in some suitable solvent which itself does not absorb the radiations in the region of wavelength under study. The choice of solvent depends upon the solubility of a given compound in that solvent, nature of the compound, and also the region of wavelength under study. The most commonly used solvents are methanol, 95% ethanol, hexane and water. The cutoff wavelengths for different solvents below which they absorb strongly are shown here in the table 1. It can be very well seen that the solvents like acetonitrile, water have the cutoff of a wavelength of 190 nanometers. Hexane, heptane, methanol move higher up in the series with the wavelength of 195, 200, 205 nanometers, and further on the different more solvents with the higher range of wavelength values. The solution of a compound is placed in a container or cell which does not absorb the electromagnetic radiations in the region under study. The sample compartment hence provides a light, tight environment which restricts the addition of any kind of a stray radiation. Quartz cell of 1 cm path length is generally used for this purpose. The cells with the other path lengths are also available as shown here in the figure. Cells with the larger path lengths are useful for the analysis of very dilute solutions. Glass cells cannot be used as they strongly absorb in the ultraviolet radiations. For the reference, some solvent is taken separately in the another quartz cell which is going to serve as a reference cell. As can be seen here, we have different kinds of the rectangular cells which could be used. Spectrophotometers. The spectrophotometer operates by comparing the amount of light in the beam transmitted through the sample with the reference beam which passes through the reference cell. This gave the amount of light absorbed by the compound at the given wavelength in the UV visible region. The typical UV visible spectrometer consists of a light source, a monochromator and a detector. The spectrometer usually employs a hydrogen discharge lamp as a source of light in the UV region of 200 to 400 nanometers, while a tungsten filament lamp is used for the visible region from 400 to 800 nanometers of the electromagnetic radiations. The spectrometer operates by comparing the amount of light in the beam transmitted through the sample with the reference beam which passes through the reference cell. In this way, spectrometer measures the amount of light absorbed by the compound at each wavelength. This absorption gets recorded on the chart paper as a plot of wavelength of the entire region versus absorbance. All UV visible spectrophotometers consist of the following parts. First, the source of radiations. The commonly used source of radiations for the UV region is hydrogen or deuterium discharge lamp. For visible region, tungsten filament lamp is used. Monochromator. Monochromator separates the radiation from the source, which consists of all wavelengths into a individual wavelength. This single wavelength is then split into two beams. One beam passes through the reference cell and the other through the sample cell. This kind of instrument, in which the light emitted by the source is split up into two beams, that is sample beam and the reference beam, is called a double beam instrument. Detector. The main function of the detector is to continuously measure the intensity ratio of the beams transmitted through the sample cell and the reference cell. The detector is generally a photomultiplier tube, although in some instruments photodiodes are also used. Recorder. It automatically records the absorption of light at each wavelength as graph of absorbance versus wavelength. The various kinds of spectrophotometers are hereby described. A filter photometer. Filter photometer is the simplest instrument for molecular UV absorption spectroscopy. This instrument has been named so as it uses filter to isolate a radiation of a particular wavelength under which the study is required. The filter is positioned between the source and the sample. When beam of electromagnetic radiation falls, it allows the passage of a single wavelength through it. A filter photometer is often called as a single beam instrument, as it has a single optical path between the source and detector. This type of instrument consists of only one sample holder for both blank and sample. The instrument needs to be calibrated before the use. It is calibrated to two extreme values, that is to 0% transmittance by using a shutter to block the source radiation from the detector. It is also calibrated to 100% transmittance using an appropriate blank after opening the shutter. The sample is then kept in the place of blank and its transmittance is measured. The advantages of photometers are that they are relatively inexpensive, rugged, and easy to maintain. Another advantage is its portability. There are some disadvantages of a photometer as well. They include the inability to record the absorption spectrum and source's relatively large effective bandwidth, which limits the calibration curve's linearity. For recording a complete spectrum at all wavelengths, a mechanical system is required to rotate the filter, which provides a scan of all desired wavelengths. Thus, this type of instrument works slowly and required a lot of time to record a complete spectrum. Single beam spectrophotometer. A single beam spectrophotometer uses a monochromator for selection of different wavelengths. It is shown here in the figure. The simplest spectrophotometer is a single beam instrument equipped with fixed wavelength monochromator. The calibration and use of a single beam spectrophotometer is same as that of a filter photometer. The only difference is that it uses monochromator to select a particular wavelength, while in case of the filter photometer, filter is used for this purpose. Thermo Scientific Spectronic 20D Plus is an example of single beam spectrophotometer. It has a range of 340 to 625 nanometers and a fixed effective bandwidth of 20 nanometer. The advantages of a single beam spectrophotometers are that they are easy to handle. Battery operated single beam spectrophotometer are easy to transport. The disadvantages are similar to that of a filter photometer. They are not practically useful for recording a spectra because manually adjusting the wavelength and recalibrating the spectrophotometer every time before use is very time consuming. The accuracy of a single beam spectrophotometer is limited by the stability of its source and detector over time. Here the figure shows how the spectrophotometer works, wherein we have a source which passes through a monochromator, passing further through shutter and the sample, and finally the detector. The schematic representation of the single beam spectrophotometer henceforth explains the working of the given instrument. Double beam spectrophotometer. A double beam spectrophotometer minimizes the limitations of a single beam spectrophotometers in which wavelength remains fixed. It is shown here in the figure. As the name suggests, this instrument involves two beams of radiations, one for the sample and other for blank. The radiation's path is controlled by chopper, which alternates it between the sample, the blank and a shutter. The chopper's known speed of rotation is used by the signal processor to resolve the signal reaching the detector into the transmission of the blank P0 and the sample PT. It is possible to continuously adjust it to 0% transmittance by including an opaque surface as shutter. By adjusting the monochromator's entrance and exit slits, the effective bandwidth of a double beam spectrophotometer is controlled. Values for the effective bandwidths are commonly around 0.2 to 3.0 nanometers. A scanning monochromator allows for the automated recording of spectra. Double beam instruments are more versatile than the single beam instruments. They are useful for both quantitative and the qualitative analysis, but also are more expensive. Diode array spectrometer. Photodiode array spectrometer consists of many photodiodes as detectors. The resulting array of detectors records an entire spectrum simultaneously in as little as 0.1 seconds. In a diode array spectrometer, the source radiation passes through the sample and is dispersed by grating. The photodiode array is situated at the grating's focal plane, with each diode recording the radiant power over a narrow range of wavelengths. A diode array spectrometer is a small and a compact instrument as it contains just a grating in place of a full monochromator. The signals are then processed by signal processor and the spectra is obtained. To summarize, the UV visible spectrum of any compound is recorded by taking its solution in particular solvent. The selection of solvent depends upon the cutoff value of that particular solvent and the region of wavelength in which the spectra is to be recorded. Spectrophotometer basically consists of four parts, that are source of radiations, monochromator, detector and a recorder. Filter spectrometer uses filter to choose a particular wavelength. Single beam spectrometer uses monochromator for choosing single wavelength of light. Due to disadvantages of filter photometer and single beam spectrophotometers, they are less common nowadays. Modern instruments consist of array of photodiode detectors that records the spectra on the entire range of wavelength.